Joining us now is Waikinya Clanton. She is the director of the Southern Poverty Law Center's Mississippi State Office. So what can you tell us about the latest on the ground there in Jackson and how people are coping with this water crisis?
Well, Ben, thank you so much for having us here today. At the Southern Poverty Law Center, we are committed to ensuring that the people here in Mississippi have access to their basic civil and human rights, and access to water, clean, safe, quality water is a basic human right. And so, what I can tell you is that people are naturally frustrated. I've been speaking to folks day in and day out about really the impact of in terms of what this is having on them right now, and they're naturally frustrated. But what we've also seen atop of that frustration is just a real demonstration of community. You've seen neighbors from surrounding counties come in and lend in support and help. You have partners who are working relentlessly to pool resources, whether that is collecting water or whether that is collecting donations and creating funnels for support for those who desperately need it.
And you know, this was obviously created by a natural disaster, but a lot of people say this is also an example of environmental justice or injustice, given kind of lack of funding there in that area. What is your organization able to do for the folks there in Jackson?
Well, Ben, thank you so much for that. The Southern Poverty Law Center has a long history of being embedded in the community. Our primary focus is to be a catalyst for social change and justice in the Deep South, particularly in the states of Mississippi, Georgia, Louisiana, Alabama, and Florida. And so with that, our work here is one to help raise the flag around this, to lean in where we can with our partners to make sure that we're being a real thoughtful and helpful partner in this work that's to be done. We've been in talks with administrative officials for quite a while around just some of the failing infrastructure challenges that Jackson has been having, and also the disparate impacts of pandemics on top of crises that the capital city has been experiencing for some time. And so when you have an instance such as this, where of course we've had extreme weather in the capital city, but we've also been plagued by looming pandemics in the capital city as well. It's just a problem on top of a problem. And so at the Southern Poverty Law Center, we are committed to working hand in hand and continuing to work hand in hand with our partners on active solutions for that.
President Biden has declared a disaster there that'll free up some federal money. FEMA is getting involved. What more do you want the federal government to do?
Well, I want to commend President Biden for rendering his support to the people here in Mississippi. I also want to thank our local leaders, Mayor Lumumba, as well as our Governor Tay Reid, for finally coming together to identify some productive and constructive solutions for the problem that is existing in Jackson. This isn't an overnight problem. This didn't just happen with one extreme weather event. This has been a combination of issues that have been occurring in Mississippi for quite some time. The infrastructure issues that we're experiencing in Jackson have been happening for more than almost a century. And then compounding with that, the failing infrastructure changes have been happening since the 70s. And so we've seen administration after administration at the local and the state level, go back and forth around this issue of investing in infrastructure in the capital city. And so the people in Jackson are glad to see that we've finally been able to get our leaders to come together and agree to work in the best interest of the people they've been elected to serve.
All right. Well, Waikinya Clanton, thank you so much, and thank you for what your organization is trying to do for the folks there in Jackson.
Thank you.